Right on.
Hi, I'm Ron Climer. I'm at Climer School of Real Estate in Orlando, Florida. I want to talk to you about owning a house, all you guys that might be renting. So if you are renting, I want you to quit renting and start owning. And here's why. It's April of 2012. In April of 2012, average house in Orlando, Florida is $110,000. Average rent in Orlando, Florida is $1,050. So if your average renter in Orlando, Florida, you're paying $1,050. Well, you could buy that average house in Orlando, Florida for $110,000. If you did, you can get a 30-year mortgage at 4%. You can actually get a 15-year mortgage at 3.5%. But if you got this 4%, $110,000 mortgage, you're paying $525 a month payments. Your taxes would probably be about $200 a month, and your insurance would be about $100 a month. So your total PITI payment, as we say in the industry, is $725 a month, cheaper than you're renting. So you're paying $725 a month. You own the house. It's yours. Nobody tells you whether or not you can have a dog or not. Nobody tells you whether or not you can paint. It's your house. Now, if you own that house for 5 years, you'd owe $99,000 on it. 10 years, $86,000. 15, $70,000. 30 years, you own it free and clear. You don't owe anything on it. You're living in a house. Now, take your age, add 30 years to it. You're living in a free and clear house. Of course, as one of my students pointed out, chances are 10 years from now, you'll sell that house, buy yourself a bigger, nicer house. And that may be so, but you got to start somewhere. Now, if your twin brother went out and he kept on renting 30 years from now, he's going to still be paying $1,050 a month rent. And that's assuming we don't have any inflation. Is that a pretty good assumption, or is that probably an erroneous assumption? Probably an erroneous assumption. So if we do have inflation in 30 years, your twin brother is going to be paying $2,000 a month rent, and you're going to be living in a free and clear house. If you are interested in this, there's programs through United States Department of Agriculture. Any of you guys that are veterans, you can buy a house through the VA with absolutely positively zero down. A $110,000 house, FHA down payment would be about $3,850. And you could surely be able to scrape that money together if you got to work at it and get yourself a house and become a home owner. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, boy, I'd do that if I could find a good realtor. Well, give me a call, and I'll be glad to hook you up with one of the best realtors in the state of Florida, because I know pretty much all of them, and I got a bunch of them sitting here in class with me today. So, has anybody got any questions, or does it make a lot of sense? If you do have any questions, feel free to call me at 407-822-3926, or just call a local realtor and tell them you want to buy a house. You've saved up $3,850 and you've got good credit and you're renting, and when can we start? Sound good?
Sound good.
Yeah.